Hi everyone, welcome back. I hope you're all doing well. Today, let's talk about the current transit of Rahu in Uttara Bhadrapada Nakshatra. I know I'm a bit late, but let's talk about it. We have already done two videos on this transit. One is the Rahu and Neptune's meetup in Uttara Bhadrapada Nakshatra. Do watch it if you haven't. And then we have a psychic reading on this very same transit on my other channel. The link will be given in the comment section. I will pin that link. All right. So let's talk about the current transit of Rahu in the Saturn's nakshatra, the second last nakshatra, Uttara Bhadrapada. This is a place where Saturn is beneficial. Saturn brings that maturity and the reward of the patience, the discipline, the dedication you have shown towards self and towards life. So this is the final call where whatever you are doing, whatever your purpose is, whatever your goal is, whatever you want to create in life, or you want to work on a certain habit, this is a time to get rid of all the distractions and be dedicated towards your path. The initial few nakshatras are about not knowing about self, and that initiation is about how to understand the world, okay, the learning about the outer world. And the last few nakshatras are about learning about self, the knowledge of self, the wisdom. So Rahu here, the entire focus is on the wisdom, the talent, the qualities, the beauty, whatever treasure you carry within. Dive deeper. And since this is Rahu, you will have a lot of distractions. Trust me, there will be many distractions. But this is the test of Saturn, the final test. Okay, now you focus on your own good things. You focus on your own work, your dreams, and make it happen. All right? So a time to focus on your discipline, on your dedication, and see how you reap rewards. See how you connect with your inner treasure, and it will change your life forever. All right, so let's get started. Let's understand how this transit is going to impact all the signs. For Aries, Rahu is transiting right now from Uttara Bhadrapada Nakshatra, which is your 12th house. And during this entire transit, the Nakshatra Lord Saturn will be transiting from your 11th house in Aquarius. This is a time when you have to completely focus on your goals, your career goals, to be specific, how you want to expand your work, how you want to see yourself grow in the next few years. And for this, you need to isolate yourself. That complete disconnect is required, not revealing your plans, not revealing much about what you are doing, because this is important for you, because you need to disconnect from the opinions of other people. You need to disconnect from what people expect from you, because this will keep you in a state of burden. So as Rahu goes into the nakshatra of Saturn, and Saturn is about isolation and disconnection, and this is the 12th house of isolation again. So this is about understanding what all connections, friendships, people are healthy for you, and who all are just so unhealthy and challenging for you that they are deviating you from your own path. Each one of us, we do have a compass, okay? We have to face the north, we have to go in the right direction, and we know that. But someone is shifting your direction, that influence coming through the networks. through the people around you in form of friends or colleagues, anything which comes from the 11th house, that person, that situation is distracting you. Or you may have multiple desires, multiple things to be accomplished, and it keeps you confused all the time with respect to your career, with respect to the choices you have to make. There is confusion. So the entire theme of Rahu's transit in this nakshatra in your 12th house is definitely diving deeper into your skill set, into your powers, into your talents. You're going to discover so much about your own self. It may be that you have this internal desire to disconnect from people. Maybe you may undergo, or maybe right now you're undergoing some kind of challenge with certain people, and that situation is helping you to dive deeper and to understand more about yourself. For a lot of people, this could be also related to travel to foreign lands with respect to work. Though somewhere you may feel uncertain, you feel I don't know what will happen with this step I'm taking, but this journey to the foreign lands, to a faraway country, will bring appreciation. It will bring the enhancement of your skills. Your skills will be recognized in a very great manner. And emotionally, on a very soul level also, this nakshatra transit happening in your 12th house, this is about simply you meeting your own self, disconnecting from all the sorrows, keeping everything aside, the emotional burden, resolving it, and finding your power, rising again in life. For Taurus, Rahu is transiting from Uttara Bhadrapada Nakshatra in your 11th house, and during this entire transit, Saturn will be in the 10th house in Aquarius. This transit is completely dedicated to you minding your own business, you doing your work beautifully. Because what I see with this transit of Rahu and Saturn both is you have people at the work front who are not very supportive, or people trying to find your fault. Like, you see some obstacles in your future plans, you see some tensions arising at the work front, and this keeps you confused about your future regarding the finances, regarding the job security as well. So what you are learning here is to dedicate yourself towards your work, doing your best, not allowing others to come into your life and shake everything up, to bring this jolt in your life. Because the work connections are difficult, even the friendships are difficult with this transit. Only those people will stay in your life who truly connect to you, who truly care for you, learning about sometimes standing alone for what you believe in. This is what Rahu and Saturn wants you to learn. But this is because very soon Saturn Rahu will come together in your 11th house in Pisces. So some kind of preparation is happening here to take a major leap in life with respect to your work, some major decision. It could be change of job, it could be traveling to a different place to get a new job, or to leave one kind of professional field and following a different one. So from now onwards to next year till March, for Taurus, there's a major leap in the career. There's also a major leap in how you work on a daily basis. It's not about profession, but it's about your actions, how you take actions, how you work towards your daily life. There's a change in how you view the world and how you work along with people. There's a lesson of learning about helping those who are in need and getting rid of those who need you for their own personal gratification. This is a very big lesson to be learned in this transit. Overall, for Taurus, you're preparing for a major leap, a major growth, a major step is being taken to grow beautifully. It's not just about career, but it's about certain wish fulfillment, something you desire. Maybe it will be accomplished, maybe it's not accomplished, but that dare, that courage you're going to show to go higher, you will land up in a wonderful place. This change is not easy. Any change brought by Rahu and Saturn, it's not easy, but after some time you will realize it all happened for a good reason. So good opportunities are coming in your way with respect to work, with respect to money. For some people it is about moving away from your own people to take up work responsibilities or to live a life of your dreams. For Gemini, Rahu is transiting from Uttara Bhadrapada Nakshatra, that is your 10th house, and during this entire transit, the Nakshatra Lord Saturn will be in the 9th house in Aquarius. During this time, there are fluctuations in the professional journey, whether you are in a business, whether you are in a 9 to 5 kind of a job setting. Rahu is creating fluctuations, and this fluctuation or confusion is about you doing your best, but whatever you are doing, it doesn't meet the demand of the person who employed you, or it doesn't meet the demand of what people are requiring from you with respect to the business. So there is a confusion about where I have to work in my career path. What do I need to refine and make it strong? So as Rahu transits from Nakshatra of Saturn in the 10th house, I think this is like the churning of an ocean for you, going deeper and strengthening certain skills, strengthening your knowledge, strengthening your wisdom. Enhancing your skills is very significant at this time. A little pause is required. You may take some pause, you may slow down, because you're facing a lot of confusion with respect to your actions. 10th house is not just career, it's your action, the work you are doing, the steps you are taking, and you're facing a lot of confusion. But now the beautiful part of this transit is that all the confusion will go away, because you are no more distracting yourself. You might be comparing your success, your achievement, your qualities with other people, and you should never do that. And you're going to get rid of this habit in this transit, and now your ultimate focus is your own work and how can I refine it. And it's not about just learning something new, but tapping into what you already have, wonderful talent you have, because Rahu is right now going through the nakshatra of Saturn, and Saturn also rules the 8th house. So diving deeper, the secrets, the secret knowledge you carry within. For some people, and this could be some manipulation or difficulty from the people. It could be at your work front. For some people it could be coming through even in-laws. So you have to be very confident with who you are. You have to be very confident with your actions. Whatever you are doing, don't change your path because you are being misguided, manipulated, or people are viewing you in a certain light. Don't change your path. Just focus on what is important for you, and some good opportunity awaits. This could be an opportunity of travel, going on a spiritual journey, And this will bring a very positive change in your life. Meeting a guru, meeting a teacher, or going to simply a spiritual place, and that blessing which you will get, that experience which you will achieve, it will change your perspective and your views in life. So for Geminis, I think the entire focus is, where am I going in life? And you don't have to look outward to get any answer or to get that guidance. I think within you there's a lot of wisdom which you have to tap in this time. And a lot of people may also go for higher learning at this time. For Cancer, this transit of Rahu in Uttara Bhadrapada Nakshatra is happening in the 9th house, and during this entire transit, the Nakshatra Lord Saturn will be in the 8th house in Aquarius. So what's happening for Cancer? For Cancer, this is about some kind of breaking a barrier, some kind of mindset, a difficult situation, a mental block, or maybe it's a block you're facing with respect to a situation. You are breaking this block into 1,000 pieces. You're removing this block. You're going beyond this obstacle. All that knowledge, wisdom, confidence you carry, you're going towards a very beautiful direction. There is some situation which may happen in this transit where you may feel that okay, this is enough. Anything, whatever happens in my journey, I know my strength. So revival of strength is going to happen, and when you revive that strength, you break those obstacles and barriers. So there is a good opportunity here with respect to work, and even with respect to your health or any personal challenge, because right now the 7th Lord is in the 8th house. So it could be a challenge with respect to partnerships, marriage. It could be a challenge with respect to business, sharing your assets with someone. So some contract issue might be there. So this transit brings back your courage and your power. If anyone right now with the Cancer rising is feeling lost right now, you will be guided. And a very good transit to come out of very long-term challenges, because what is being revealed is your power and your strength at this time. And this transit may take you to foreign lands. It may take you to even spiritual places. It could be travel related to work. It could be travel related to a pilgrimage. And this will bring a lot of mental peace and strength for you. Major work towards your spiritual path happens here in this transit. Going to this beautiful temple or any spiritual place, and it changes your vibration. It revives you in a very amazing manner. And with respect to love and partnerships, this transit is teaching you, because here Rahu, we know it always goes retrograde. So it's moving from Uttara Bhadrapada to Purva Bhadrapada. So this reverse movement from one nakshatra to another, from Saturn's nakshatra to Jupiter's nakshatra, it is about preparing for something where you have to work on your own, learning to be more powerful, learning to be on your own, to survive on your own. There is some situation, or it could be anything. It's not a bad situation. It's about work. It's about some partnership where you have to take up certain commitment and responsibility. So learning to understand your strength so that you can work very well in the future. It could be a future commitment which may come in your way. It could be a business collaboration. It could be any work coming in your way where you may work along with people, but even to be with those people, you must have great individual strength. So that preparation is happening in this transit. For Leo, Rahu is right now in the 8th house, transiting from the nakshatra of Uttara Bhadrapada, and the entire time of this transit, the nakshatra lord Saturn will be in the 7th house of public dealing, 7th house of connections, romantic partnerships, marriage, business partnerships, anything where there's a contract. Okay, so this transit is very powerful for the Leo people. I think in the entire 12 signs, it's the Leo who undergoes the most powerful yet difficult change. This change is not easy because it will challenge you to rise above from the very vulnerable side of your personality. Whatever brings a sense of fear in you, you always have a very hard time in facing that situation. I think this is the time when you will face it and you will move beyond it. And for everyone, the theme is to tap in and become more well versed with your talents, well versed with your strength. And you are being born again. You are this powerful being who is ready to face the world, to do your task beautifully, because somewhere the emotional challenges, or it could be how the people are interacting around you, somewhere it makes you weak, it makes you question your worth. Rahu is creating a lot of chaos in the 8th house. And it could also be because of work, because Rahu transits from Pisces and Jupiter is in Taurus in the 10th house. Your worth at your work front, the value you're putting into your work. Maybe it could be creating health challenges, but all comes through some kind of overthinking process. So from here starts a lot of healing. From here starts confronting your fears and overcoming those fears. So this is what is happening on a very soul and emotional level, like a rebirth and being born again. Very powerful. Having confidence in your traits and qualities is important. But it's not yet easy for your relationships, because again, it's a difficult time for Leos with the Saturn in the 7th house, and now Rahu transits from the nakshatra of Saturn. The dynamics between you and your partner, anyone, very significant romantic partner, business partner, it's not easy. Maybe you are trying to find certain answers and you're not receiving enough answers. There is lack of closure, feeling stuck in the middle of this connection or a situation, and you really want instant solution and it's not happening. So with this transit, you prepare yourself for the good and the bad both, and you are stepping up and you're moving beyond this situation. If you don't get any closure, you're preparing to leave such places. So this is a powerful change with respect to even relationships, where you are taking charge of your life. And with respect to work, I think this is a time when you have to check again what all changes you have to do at your work front. Because you may feel like a misfit at the work front. You may think that I can do better, I deserve better place where I can work to my best potential. So that kind of search of better opportunity also initiates within this transit. For Virgo, Rahu in the nakshatra of Uttara Bhadrapada, that is your 7th house, and the entire time of this transit, the nakshatra lord Saturn will be in the 6th house in Aquarius. For Virgos, this transit is about leaving the hard and challenging situations behind. Learning to choose your battle, learning to choose where you have to fight and where you have to really sit in patience and wait for the things to get over. Because Saturn in the sixth house, sometimes it gets difficult to resolve things. They take a lot of time and we don't have enough patience to wait for that. And this is what is happening for Virgos, that you have to be in a such place where things are not resolving quickly. You are surrounded by people who are in opposition to you. But the beautiful part of this transit is revival of your strength, revival of your power. Because the Ketu already in the first house in Virgo is creating a lot of doubt regarding self. That self-critique mode might be very difficult for you right now. But the Rahu here is bringing some help, because it helps you to understand your strength and your powers. It gives you the ability to also look into other people, how they pretend to be powerful, how they pretend to be so great, but they are not. It gives you the depth of the people. It gives you the depth of your own. But still, Rahu is about confusion. So there's a confusion on how to take a step in dealing with people, in working along with people. So you have to be very cautious when you deal with others, whether it's your workplace, whether it's your business, whether it's any kind of significant friendship, partnership, and not revealing much what's in your heart, and to wait patiently and observe what happens around. So this is a time of patience and seeing things around you, how things are going to happen in the next few months or maybe 1 year. And Rahu also brings a new connections, new associations in your life. Some people can bring a lot of knowledge, some kind of guidance and help in how you can overcome certain challenges in your life. So there is a category which is not so supportive, but there's also a category which comes into your life and helps you, gives you this realization and knowledge and power to work beautifully. This is going to be a very busy time with respect to work as well, because Saturn continues its journey from the sixth house. So it is about meeting new people, getting into new contracts, work collaborations, and working very hard and doing your very best. And it will be noticed, it will be appreciated, whatever you are doing with respect to your work. But not a very easy transit, because in every situation, what you are learning through this transit of Rahu in the Nakshatra of Saturn is to hold on, be brave, and be very powerful. Like, you must commit to self. You must appreciate your efforts. This is what you are learning in this transit. And for some people, it is also a time when before you commit to someone, before you commit to any new work or commit to a new person in life, the knowledge of self is important. If you don't have that, you will be overpowered by the other person. So it's time to learn more about self and what you need in your relationship, what you seek through a partnership. Learning that is significant. For Libra, Rahu is in the Nakshatra of Uttara Bhadrapada, that is your sixth house, And during this entire transit, Nakshatra Lord Saturn will be in the fifth house in Aquarius. So, sixth house is obstacles, sixth house is victory as well. And the fifth house, where the Saturn is, this house is greatly responsible for happiness and emotional satisfaction, emotional stability. So, the major theme for this transit is to remove all the inner guilt, remove all the inner doubts, anything which blocks you from doing your very best in life. Because Rahu being in a place of obstacles, and it is right now in Pisces, and Jupiter in the 8th house in Taurus, I think there's a lot about certain memories, experiences, guilt, or some kind of regret, or it could be a feeling of anger, okay, some kind of a grudge deep within for not being treated right, for not having that right justice you wanted. This is all somewhere blocking you to enjoy your life, to be happy, to be in a state of happiness, to be in a state of relaxation. Because when you're not in that state, you cannot do anything in a right manner. So maybe it's about the past, maybe it's not even about the present. It's the struggles in the mind, struggles which are stored in your mind, because Pisces and also Uttara Bhadrapada relates to the core of your mind and what's happening in there. So there's a lot of block and challenge over there. So you have to clear it. You have to be victorious in this transit, to move beyond some stagnation with respect to thought process. This might become the biggest block, and this is somewhere impacting your sleep, it's impacting your health. But I think Rahu here in this nakshatra is helping you to get rid of this difficult mindset, this mental block. With respect to your work, with respect to the money, you are going to do very well. Your mind will be full of ideas. You will tap into your talents in a very amazing manner, because Saturn is in the fifth house of potential. All you have to do is be very confident, because even if you are doing your best, you're giving your best shot, there is some doubt within that maybe I'm not good, maybe whatever I'm doing, it will not bring the right result for me, I'm not getting the right result with my hard work as well. So it's about being consistent. Saturn demands that consistent work, and this is what you have to do. And Rahu in the sixth house is about, don't let your mind be the biggest obstacle. Believe in what you are doing and trust that great skill you have in your hands. And you really need to work a lot on your health in this transit. You have to create a routine, a timetable where major hours are going into taking care of your health at this time. Very significant. And for Libra, since these two houses are also about growing up, how a child grows, matures, and faces the world, fifth and sixth house. So a part of you which is being challenged since you were growing up, when you were a child, certain emotional blocks, and those blocks are still bothering you. The beautiful thing is that these blocks will go away in this Rahu's transit. You will beautifully get rid of certain traits, habits, thinking patterns, blocks which are bothering you since you were a child. And if you have children, yes, in this transit there is a major work towards them.
helping your child with work, or helping your child with his or her life wherever they are. It is very demanding in this transit. But overall, I think the battle is over, whatever the challenge might be. And now you're just getting up and clearing away all the negativity, and you're focusing more on the positive. For Scorpio, Rahu in the nakshatra of Uttara Bhadrapada, that is your fifth house, and during this entire transit, Saturn in the fourth house in Aquarius. So, fourth and fifth house occupied by these two planets. This is the time when emotions are really very heavy for Scorpio people, because these two houses are about emotional safety and emotional stability. All right. And the theme of this transit is about coming back to your own self, taking charge of your emotions, and creating a boundary, creating this line between you and certain people, certain connections where there is emotional involvement, when it's about love, when it's about family. There is a heart to heart connection. The emotions are involved in these connections, and some people are not very honest. Some people don't have great intentions towards you, and then it brings a lot of hurt. This is what you are doing, that you are standing for yourself and you are disconnecting from such people, or you are giving a message loud and clear that this is something so wrong and I won't take it, I won't tolerate it. It's difficult. Difficult decisions are being made by Scorpio people with Rahu transiting the nakshatra of Saturn in the fifth house, where you're keeping your emotions, your love aside, and you're standing for the truth, what you can truly see. Because see, ultimately fifth house is about the sun, and from here the Rahu is transiting, and that is the nakshatra of Saturn. So being strict and taking the charge of what needs to be done, not to be in the illusion, of certain people that no, I know them for a very long time, and how can they treat me bad, maybe something wrong with me. So that disconnection is happening here. And just like the Libra, I think for even Scorpio, there's a lot of internal healing happening in this transit. Something connected to the childhood is going to be healed, going to work on a certain weakness, going to work on a certain obstacle, emotional block you have always felt, because some people treated you in a certain manner, and that led to a difficult feeling. How you feel about yourself, it became challenging. So that healing is going to happen. You have to clear a certain illusion, and that illusion is about your own self, but it came from other people, how they perceived you, how they treated you. Now you're working towards clarity, and for that clarity you have to pay a price of disconnecting from certain people, because they were never good for you. With respect to work, with respect to your profession and your finances, I think there is this new initiation. You're trying to invest your time and your money into something new at this time. Maybe it's your hobby, maybe it's a work which you initiated long time ago and it was stuck, and now you're going back and reinitiating it. It could also be with respect to people, friends, romantic connections, certain people you knew in the past coming back to you. But be very cautious. not a very great time to, invest into anything in a long term way. Invest in yourself, but with respect to money, you have to be very careful. Where are you investing your money and time? And the entire focus is towards self improvement. Fifth house is about potential, so focusing on your skills, your potential, your talents, and how to use them. Everyone do have this some kind of potential and talent, but how to use it, how you implement it, this is what you have to learn to make your journey more beautiful. For Sagittarius, the Rahu in the Nakshatra of Uttara Bhadrapada, that is your fourth house, and during this entire transit, the Nakshatra Lord Saturn will be in the third house in Aquarius. So for Sagittarius, this is a time of leaving what is familiar, leaving the things and the people where you find your comfort zone. Time to go out of the comfort zone and establish your life and your journey, because fourth house is a very foundational house with respect to home, with respect to stability, with respect to the mental clarity and the thoughts. So Rahu here in the nakshatra of Saturn, there is not enough mental clarity of what to do next in your journey, or how to take a very important step in your life. There's not enough clarity, there's confusion. You're thinking more about the consequences. And now, as Rahu transits from the nakshatra of Saturn, and Saturn in the place of decision making, courage, that is the third house, it's time to step up and make firm decisions. Choose one path and follow it dedicatedly, whether it's your work, whether it's any situation, whether it's about self-improvement as well, because Saturn being the third lord in the third house, this journey, this transit is about self-improvement, looking forward in life and taking small steps to improve yourself, your work, your living, and every single thing, even finances. So Rahu is taking you away from the comfort zone, and also because comfort zone is not about, okay, this makes me happy, so I will be here. Over here, by comfort zone, I want to say maybe you are in a situation where you are now completely okay with some kind of injustice. Maybe you are okay in a place where you don't have clarity. You have been so deeply absorbed into a situation that it's like a new normal for you. You don't want to escape from it, you don't want to go away from it. Very unhealthy attachments, unhealthy place. So now this wake up call comes from Rahu in this nakshatra, that you take a stand and do your work, come out of this place and find out mental strength to go ahead in life. So you will take a certain step in this transit where you'll find more stability and protection for your future. It could be financial work, it could be your career, it could be, for a lot of people, going away from your home or your native place to find new opportunities. And these opportunities will really give you a lot of financial stability and independence. This is also a transit where you want your freedom, you want your independence in some way. It could be career, it could be finances, it could be decision making. So that freedom is something which is going to happen here in this particular transit. And also the memories, because fourth house belongs to the moon. The memories with respect to certain emotional connections, what have happened in the past, what could have happened. I wish I could change the things. this needs to go away. There's a lot of um, rumination about the past and how I could have changed a situation. I wish this would have happened, and life will be much better with that change. But it's about now going forward and not looking back. This is again a very major lesson coming through Saturn. For some people, it is about a big move, moving from one house to another, one country to another. Some kind of major transaction happens here with respect to purchase of property or a vehicle. So there is movement in this transit. For Capricorn, Rahu is in the nakshatra of Uttara Bhadrapada in your third house, and during this entire transit, the nakshatra lord Saturn in the second house in Aquarius. So, with this comes the very first theme. It is about finances, taking important steps to enhance the ability to save more money, learning about how to use your finances, how to enhance them and save them, taking initiative, and also enhancing your skills at this time, because Rahu is in Pisces and Jupiter in the fifth house in Taurus. This starts from firstly taking care of your well being, and then eventually moving towards taking care of your talents. You don't have to learn new things, but to revive what is already there in you, the talent, the potential you have. But most significant theme is to take firm decisions, because Rahu is making you think of a lot of situations with respect to your work, with respect to your life's journey. This can happen, that can happen. What if this happens? A lot of scenarios going in your mind, and this blocks you from fixating your focus at one place. So that decision making is significant, following one path is significant. Doubts will be there, but you have to ignore them and focus on one path. And as I mentioned, Rahu is in nakshatra of Saturn. Saturn in the second house, which is the house of values, house of family, what is familiar to you. This is also helping you to learn about how much you should depend on others for your happiness. Learning about the very unpredictable nature of what is familiar to you, that can also change tomorrow. So it's a tough phase with respect to people, whom to trust. And a very big theme of this transit is to learn to be independent, how to be on your own. Saturn itself is bringing that lesson right now. It is in Purva Bhadrapada. And the Rahu's transit in this nakshatra, in the third house, it is about focusing on your strengths, focusing on your willpower. You don't have a weak willpower. It's just that you have to come back to your strength and execute that willpower. Some major decision is being taken in the recent past with respect to work. If not, you may take a major step. That, okay, I want to go in this direction, and from there you will start working very dedicatedly. Rahu may challenge you again, bringing this mindset of worrying a lot about future and how my work will bring results. But this churning of ocean, which is brought by Rahu in this nakshatra of Uttara Bhadrapada, it's about churning and finding your willpower and your dedication to whatever work you want to do. not a very good time to get into arguments and get into interaction with a lot of people. Not a very great time to, just go and talk to people and resolve the situations, because it will bring a lot of blame game. You are being blamed, and you will stuck into that energy, you will stuck into that mindset that okay, I am wrong and how people are treating me. So there are a lot of distractions coming through Rahu, which is coming through communication and what others are saying. So just stick to your goals. This is what the Capricorns has to do at this time. For Aquarius, Rahu transiting from the nakshatra of Uttara Bhadrapada, which is your second house, and during this entire transit, the nakshatra lord Saturn will be in the first house in Aquarius. So, what is the theme of this transit? To, filter your connections. You have to work a lot on confronting some people, because second house is about the familiarity with certain people who are your family, or they are like family in your journey, but there is constant mistreatment, constant hurt, and you are giving constant opportunities to these people that one day it will get better, one day the situation will improve, and the way I treat them, they will treat me. Pisces rules your second house. I think you have already a lesson to learn about people, how they function, to acknowledge how you function. You don't have to change them and they don't have to change you. Two opposites, but learning to work together. But here, with this Rahu's transit in the second house, that too in the nakshatra of Saturn, I think this is a point, and beyond this point, nothing can be improved. So, strong boundaries, distance with people who are constantly creating struggles, problems for you. This is what is happening, because Rahu is in the nakshatra of Saturn, and Saturn originally it rules your first house. Even Rahu co-rules your first house, and soon they will be together in Pisces in your second house. So if you don't disconnect, if you don't think about what kind of people you deserve in life and what kind of people you don't deserve, and you don't filter it out, it will severely impact your confidence and how you value yourself and how you work in the future. Because how we work is greatly influenced by how confident we feel about ourselves. So there is some major disconnection with people who are family, or they are like family, and you have waited for a long time to get things better. You have waited for that, but it's not working with some people. And this is also about strengthening of self, focusing on your health, focusing on your well-being, like how one has to go deeper to find the treasure in the ocean. In the same way, you are diving deeper into your own strength and power. This transit is greatly about your individuality, your physical strength as well, and to eliminate all the external factors which are blocking you. This is about knowing your worth, diving deeper into talents and your qualities, and this just helps you to enhance the confidence and the sense of worth. And a major focus towards the money, how to collect more resources, for yourself, for your loved ones, how to save more finances for future goals and plans you may have. It could be with respect to buying a home, by buying a property, because right now, as Rahu is in Pisces, Jupiter is in Taurus in the fourth house. So, working and managing your finances for some kind of a future goal, purchasing a very valuable asset in the future, and you're planning for it now with respect to money. There is major challenge with very own people, but I think the theme of this transit is not allowing them to rule over you and rule over your life decisions. For Pisces, Rahu in the Nakshatra of Uttara Bhadrapada, that is your first house. And during this entire transit, the Nakshatra Lord Saturn in the 12th house in Aquarius. So, in this transit, what you can expect is a lot of travel, moving to a faraway place because of your work, or maybe you just need this time of isolation. You need this time to distance yourself from others. So you're planning to travel. You are maybe planning for a permanent move to a different country to find better opportunities, or it could be simply getting distant emotionally from other people. In this transit, since Rahu is in the nakshatra of Saturn in the first house, this is about strengthening your own self, strengthening the very core and the foundation of yourself, the physical self and the emotional self. And Saturn in the 12th house, something reaching to its end. And it's going to fade away slowly. Still, it's bothering you. It's a dream, it's a bond with someone. It was very valuable to you, it was a part of your dream, but it is fading away. It's not very clear anymore, it's not accessible to you anymore, and something about that hurts you. It's there in the subconscious, but slowly that healing will happen. And with that healing, the strengthening of self is happening for the Pisces people. There is entire focus towards self. Soon, the Saturn and Rahu will come together in Pisces in your first house. And this marks a new change. It is about a life-changing experience which you may go through at this time. It could be related to career, it could be related to personal life as well. But to start with this change and this new thing to enter in your life, this transit is dedicated to the Rahu in the nakshatra of Uttara Bhadrapada, is about dissolving the old, getting rid of the old pains and the challenges and what never worked for you. This has to go away. And along with that, a lot of internal healing needs to happen. So you may focus on your habits, you may focus on changing certain routine in your life, and there is a major focus towards self. Doing any activity which brings the entire attention to self, how you eat, how you take care of yourself, how you think, how you work, that improvement happens in this particular transit. And in your chart, Saturn also rules the 11th house of income. So there can be some confusion, or there can be some kind of a struggle which you may be experiencing in this transit, and it is about how can I grow my finances, how can I find better opportunities, or when will I find an opportunity which can enhance my growth, because whatever I'm doing, I deserve better growth, I deserve better position. So that journey to get into a better opportunity, to get into a better place with respect to work, initiates from here. And it may initiate with some kind of a challenge or some kind of a setback. No, it's not like a major setback. It is just that you feeling a bit disappointed, and from there you will see certain flaws, maybe in your workplace, maybe wherever you are with respect to your professional journey, and you will realize that things can be better, things can be more good for me, there can be better opportunities for me. So now your focus on the flaws is very sharp, and you know how to fix these things. So, trying to grow professionally, to find a better place, this journey initiates for a lot of people at this time. And for many people, this is also about not just work, but a lot of emotional healing and getting rid of certain burdens. Because what's happening right now, Rahu in the first house in the nakshatra of Uttara Bhadrapada, it is, pulling you and your entire attention to, hey, you need to improve, hey, you need to focus on your strength and your powers, and you have to be very powerful. But Rahu also confuses you with people. What are they thinking about me? And on the other hand, Saturn pulls you towards the 12th house in the Purva Bhadrapada, thinking about certain setbacks, failures, and challenges which really need to fade away, but still that memory somewhere haunts you, challenges you. So the major focus is self-growth, major focus is clearing your mind and healing yourself.